Welcome back to Bike Ride Reviews. I'm your host Scott, and if you're looking for an e-bike with a more natural ride style than the average fat tire behemoth that's available, then today's review is just for you. We're going to be looking at the lightweight and sleek CGO600 Pro. This is the first bike from the brand TENWAYS to be tested by BikeRide.com. So how is it going to stand up to the competition? This road-style bike is quick to accelerate and easy to ride with its carbon gates drivetrain. But is a lower voltage 36-volt electrical system going to weaken its test results? We'll need to get the CGO600 Pro out on the pavement to see how it performs. And you won't want to miss our pros, cons, and all the test data that's coming up. It's time to get this review going. But while I roll the intro, I need your help so that we can make even more videos for all of you. If you like Bike Rides videos, then please leave us a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell. Every like and comment helps us to make videos for you all, so thanks for your help and views. Now let's go ride some bikes. What is the TENWAYS CGO600 Pro? Well, TENWAYS is an e-bike company which is headquartered in the Netherlands, which launched its first e-bikes after successful crowdfunding in 2021. TENWAYS now has 4 different e-bike models to choose from, and today we're looking at the CGO600 Pro. It's a road-style urban e-bike with an aluminum frame and a solid aluminum fork. The bike is lightweight and maneuverable, with an athletic riding stance. A light 36-volt, 350-watt motor powers the unit, which is capable of 40 Nm of torque. Does this lightweight motor have enough power to impress in the tests? Find out soon in our hill climbs and the 0 to 20, which are coming up. The TENWAYS bike seems to be billed as an urban commuter bike, able to do double duty as a recreational ride or a fitness helper. With its top speed of 20 miles per hour and no throttle available, the bike is a Class 1 e-bike. Another notable feature of the CGO600 is its larger 1.75-inch diameter tires. These are from CST, and they should have improved float in loose conditions like a little bit of gravel, which could make the CGO600 Pro a potential gravel bike. But we're going to need to see if it has sufficient vibration dampening in its solid frame and fork to accompany that larger tire size to really make it viable. So let's go into the pro and con to learn a little bit more about the bike. Starting with our first pro, which is the range. The CGO600 Pro managed to travel a long way during its range test, despite its lower voltage 36-volt electrical system. The 10 amp-hour battery and 350-watt motor could go almost 28 miles at the bike's highest assist setting. The torque sensor on the bike helped to save power, extending range, while the bike's lightweight and effective pedal position really allowed you to maximize your pedal performance to assist that motor. The combined result was a great possible range, positioning the CGO600 Pro as a functional commuter for longer distance trips. The second pro is the Drivetrain, which features a carbon gates CDX unit. The CGO600 offers a very unique and low maintenance way to power your e-bike. The belt-driven system makes for simple riding and maintenance, and you're not going to need to change gears during your ride with this single gear system. You do not need to lubricate or maintain other components like a traditional drivetrain. The bike is effectively a single-speed unit. Yet the motor was surprisingly capable of maintaining the amount of assist required for comfortable riding. The CGO600 was easy to ride and comfortable, even when facing hills with grades that were below 10 degrees. It was pretty good. I found the attached torque sensor to be very pleasant as well, and it was helpful, giving you good effect when you were riding hills. It was offering efficient motor output that was then applied with your pedal strokes. The sensor was well tuned, offering the right amount of assistance for enjoyable riding at different speeds and on different inclines. And the third pro for the bike is the fact that it's lightweight. The CGO600 is a pretty light bike at just 41 pounds. Its lightweight and slim frame make it easier to move and lift than other e-bikes, and its size and shape are pretty similar to a conventional bike, which allows it to be maneuvered into tight spaces in a similar manner. This is going to be great for those who need to move through doorways or upstairs to store the bike, as most people who own a bike will be able to fit this in the same space. The bike also features a 1.75-inch tire width, which will fit into a wider range of vehicle-mounted bike racks than some of the huge 4-inch wide tires that I often see on e-bikes. This smaller tire size also made the bike pleasant to ride and quick to turn. It's very responsive. Overall, the CGO600 is lightweight and pleasant to ride and maneuver in a bunch of different situations, whether you're on or off the bike. It features a solid aluminum frame, which doesn't have any suspension in that front fork. The result is a responsive and efficient pedaling bike, but also a bike that can feel every bump and dip in the road. I found that the CGO600 Pro was a really rough bike to ride on anything but smooth pavement, which was definitely a bit disappointing, since the bike's larger 1.75-inch width tires would have been nice to ride on gravel. The solid frame also made the bike louder, since the vibrations affected the fenders and kickstand, causing them to clack and make noise as I rode. A little bit of vibration dampening would go a long ways on this bike. The bike also does not feature an integrated rear light. The light that is included with the bike uses a separate battery and is turned on and off with a switch which is located on the light itself, so it's a completely separate unit. It doesn't respond to the brake lever like an integrated light would. The third con was the bike's hill climbing ability. Although the bike did impress me with its motor ability, I still can't recommend this bike for consistent hill climbing due to that 36-volt motor and battery. And the bike only puts out about 350 watts nominal and 40 Newton meters of torque. Its lightweight frame and slim tires allow the bike to maximize that motor output, but it also uses a single-speed drivetrain, which is further limiting its ability to climb steeper hills. I had to pop up and out of my seat to put enough weight on the pedals for steeper hills when I was riding this bike. Whereas with other geared bikes, I can sit for that entire hill climb. So if you have consistent hills, you may need to look somewhere else than this bike. So what does it do best? Well, the CGO600 Pro is lightweight and easy to pedal. This simplicity, both in its operation and maintenance, is refreshing. It outweighs the downsides, which are its lack of gearing and the less enjoyable hill climbing capabilities. The bike is maneuverable and responsive, which make it well suited to cyclists who are looking for a pretty natural ride quality out of a rear hub motor. It requires an athletic forward position, which would be well liked by those who cycle regularly. The CGO600 offers good sizing, and it's available in 3 different sizes to better fit a wider range of individuals. The sleek and good-looking bike has 4 different colorways and a rear rack that can be added to the bike. So what are some reasons to look elsewhere? Well, the CGO600 Pro is a minimalist style bike. And while this does result in a very light bike, it also means that you don't get some additional features. Looking at the bike, it's missing a rear rack. And it doesn't have an integrated rear light, which would feature some kind of braking indicator. This is going to affect commuters who are looking to carry cargo, and it's going to reduce their visibility to other road users while they're braking. The bike also uses a lower 36-volt electrical system, which is not UL certified. It also has a 350-watt motor, which will not offer the same power as larger 500-watt motors. During use, this was really most noticeable while climbing hills, as the bike just didn't have enough power for steep grades and long climbs. My final gripe with the CGO600 is that rigid frame and the lack of suspension. Its large diameter tires had me hoping it would do well as a possible gravel bike, but during the first rides, it became apparent that the rigid frame offered minimal vibration dampening. You can feel every bump and small rock as you ride, and this makes the CGO600 better suited for concrete than gravel. Sporting a sleek frame shape with a step-over style design, the CGO600 Pro is a great looking e-bike. Its minimalist design uses 6061 aluminum to form a lightweight frame which is reminiscent of a road bike. The bike is available in 3 frame sizes to better fit riders, which is much nicer to see than that one-size-fits-all tactic which is so often employed. The ride style is definitely athletic, with the rider bent over the bike. This results in an agile riding position, but it is different than the straight-backed cruiser ride style that I often see on other e-bikes, so it should be considered. The bike can handle 265 pounds of payload, including the rider and any cargo. The frame also has no suspension, and it has a solid aluminum fork. This caused rough impacts, forcing me to keep riding over smooth terrain whenever possible. It was not a bike that I really enjoyed riding over broken pavement or gravel. Taking a look at the measurements, we have a seat tube measurement of 21.25 inches, a reach measurement of 17.75 inches, stack measurement of 25 inches, a standover height of 32.4 inches, virtual top tube length of 24.21 inches, a saddle minimum height of 36.25 inches, and a saddle maximum height of 44 inches, as well as a wheelbase of 43.9 inches. And taking a look across the range, we have a rider height range for the medium of 5'5" to 5'9", for the large of 5'9" to 6'4", and for the extra large frame size 6'4+. Display and control. The bike uses a small black and white display, which includes an integrated 4-button control pad. The pad has power, mode, up, and down buttons. To turn the bike on or off, press and hold the power button. After turning on the bike, you'll be prompted to enter a 4-digit code to unlock it, and this option can be turned on or off from the settings menu. The bike shows the battery level as a graphic as well as a percentage, which is an excellent feature for accurate battery levels. The screen also shows the main display's current speed, odometer, and pedal assist level. Pressing the menu button once will change the display, which has 2 additional screens. The second screen shows your average and max speed and the trip distance. The third screen shows a range estimate, which is a great feature, and the lifetime odometer. You have 3 pedal assist levels for the bike, which are selected using the up and down buttons. Pressing and holding up will turn on or off the headlight, and holding down will activate a walk mode to help you push the bike along slowly. To enter the advanced settings menu, press and hold the M button. I enjoyed how easy it was to access and use this settings menu. It was easy to pull up, and the settings names are very straightforward and descriptive. It's not a confusing code of numbers and symbols like many advanced menus are on e-bikes. The settings menu allows you to easily change items like the units on the bike, the speed limit, lock code, and how quickly the bike turns itself off, if it does it at all. TENWAYS also has an app for the bike, but it doesn't really offer much additional functionality for the bike past its ride tracking features and some simple information sharing and display. The app links via Bluetooth to the bike, and it's used to track your mileage and rides and share the info on social media. The app also helps with bike troubleshooting, tracking, and customer service. I found that the app was a little bit less useful than some other apps from other brands because all of the needed settings and features are really easily accessible from the bike's menu. So if you're not fond of apps, you won't really need to use this one very much. The minimalist design of the CGO600 Pro carries over into the components that are chosen for the motor. It uses a 36-volt electrical system and a 350-watt motor. Despite this smaller voltage system, the bike offers responsive acceleration over flat ground. The included torque sensor makes the bike very responsive to input, and the easy-to-use Gates drivetrain requires no gear changes, combining for an intuitive and responsive motor that will easily power you to 20 miles per hour over flat ground. I was impressed by the torque sensor and its tuning, as it really made the rear hub motor feel similar to a mid-drive. When it came to hill climbing, the bike was not as impressive, offering minimal ability when we were exceeding 10-degree inclines. I was forced to stand as I pedaled on steeper hills because of the lower wattage motor. On less aggressive climbs, the motor was able to offer enough assistance to keep me comfortably seated while pedaling. So enjoyment of this setup is really going to depend on your chosen riding terrain. Users who ride minimal inclines or who enjoy a bit of a challenge when climbing hills will enjoy that natural ride quality, but those looking for lots of assistance will need to look elsewhere. The motor was quick to accelerate, able to get to 20 miles per hour in just 8 seconds using the highest pedal assist setting. The bike does not offer a throttle, so you will need to pedal to achieve the assist on this bike. During our hill climbs, the bike's performance was measured, able to compete well with other bikes to achieve a solid result of 3 minutes and 6 seconds on our small hill climb. This good result placed it fairly high among other larger, heavier bikes, as it could quickly accelerate and maintain 20 miles per hour for the climb. During the medium climb, however, the bike faltered slightly, at least compared to higher wattage motors, with a performance that was closer to the middle of the pack compared to all the bikes that we've tested. It took 2 minutes and 40 seconds to climb our medium hill at an average speed of 14.4 miles per hour. This result was better than the other 2 single-speed bikes that we've tested, which have both climbed the hills at a slower rate than this 350-watt motor. The smaller 350-watt motor is accompanied by an equally sized 36-volt, 10-amp-hour, or 360-watt-hour battery. Despite using a smaller 36-volt electrical system, it still matches my general rule that a battery's watt-hour capacity should match or exceed its motor's nominal output. The battery and electronics on the CGO600 Pro are not UL certified, which should be considered when you're purchasing. Despite its smaller size and the reduced voltage, the battery was capable of great range. It covered an impressive 27.98 miles at its maximum pedal assist setting, including 856 feet of elevation over 1 hour and 15 minutes, with an average speed of 18.5 miles per hour. Turning the assist down a level extended the range by an additional 10%, for a total range of 32.36 miles, with 1,089 feet of elevation over 1 hour and 55 minutes, with an average speed of 16.5 miles per hour. The battery is charged with a 3-amp fast charger, which can recharge the battery in just 4 to 5 hours. The charger can be plugged into the battery when it's on or off the bike, using the same charge port which is located on the right side of the battery. This charge port is protected by a rubber cover when it's not in use. To remove the battery from the bike, you need to use the key to unlock the battery, which is located on the left side of the frame opposite the charge port. Simply insert and turn the key and the battery will pop out of the frame. It can then be lifted from the frame. Reinserting is the opposite. Just pop the battery back into position and press down until it clicks and locks into place. The drivetrain on the CGO600 Pro stands out with its unique single-speed Carbon Gates CDX setup. This is an excellent component that offers maintenance-free riding for thousands of miles without any oil involved. The belt-driven system uses a torque sensor to activate the 350-watt motor, operating with a simple single-gear ratio. This means you don't need to worry about shifting or any maintenance on the drivetrain. It's the easiest way to bike, but it does have a few drawbacks. The single-speed system means that you are going to experience some ghost pedaling at higher speeds. Riding at the top speed of 20 miles per hour was an uncomfortably fast pedal cadence. On the opposite end of the spectrum, at low speeds, like during hill climbing with high torque, the bike was challenging to pedal, and it required me to stand up in order to get enough force on the pedals. I was a fan of the simple 2-piston hydraulic brakes from Tektro which come with the bike, which I find to be very reliable and have a pleasant lever feel. The brakes were slower to stop than others on this bike during our brake test, which could also be attributed to the bike's lightweight and thin tires. The 160mm rotors managed to bring the bike to a stop in 26 feet, which is a significantly slower result than other bikes that we've tested recently. Despite this longer stopping distance during testing, the Tektro brakes are a pleasant component on the bike, and it was comparable to other bikes that have similar tires on them. I find these brakes to be reliable and easy to use and operate. I've used them on many bikes, and I think they're one of the better entry-level hydraulic brakes available. The CGO600 Pro uses a nice set of 700 by 40C tires from CST, which offer a great mix of traction and speed with increased volume for additional float on looser surfaces. These are a nice quality tire set, which also includes puncture protection. The high quality tires are sure to keep you rolling trouble-free and are a nice option for the bike. Accessories. The CGO600 Pro is slightly disappointing when we get to the accessories that are included in the box. While the bike is firmly within the commuter spectrum, it does not include a rear rack for the bike as a stock accessory. The bike also only supports a rear rack, with 4 attachment points in the rear triangle only. It doesn't offer other attachment points for a bottle cage or a front rack, which is limiting. The bike also only comes equipped with a front headlight, which is integrated into the head tube on the bike and offers 34 lux of LED light for visibility and night riding. The bike does not have an integrated rear light, so it lacks any kind of braking light for driver awareness. It does have a simple battery-operated rear light that can be turned on and off from a button which is located on the light itself. And finally, the bike comes with a standard single-sided kickstand, which operated just fine for us during testing and held the bike with no issue. Looking at the touch points and starting with the grips on the CGO600 are a rubber lock-on grip with a straight textured shape. They're flared towards the ends, which keep your hands from sliding off the grips, and I found them to be comfortable while using the bars, and they didn't slide around at all. The saddle follows the same minimal style of the bike, and it's a slightly padded saddle with a reduced shape, which is perfect for longer rides with lots of pedaling. I found the saddle was comfortable for pedaling and allowed a good range of movement on the bike. It was relatively comfortable, but with the lighter padding, it could definitely get a little bit hard towards the end of a long ride. The pedals are a set of plastic platform pedals with small triangle-shaped pegs. I personally did not enjoy the peg shape, finding them to be a little bit slippery, but they are a cheap set of pedals to get you out riding, and they can be easily changed to something more comfortable. Sleek and minimal, the CGO600 Pro is a lightweight urban bike. It's very simple to operate and it requires limited maintenance with its carbon gates drivetrain. Less maintenance means more time out riding, and the CGO600 Pro is quick and responsive on the road. Its agile performance on flat ground was in sharp contrast to its hill climbing ability, with the small 350 watt motor and 36 volt electronics just not putting out enough high power output for steep climbs, but it was sufficient for grades below 10 degrees. Putting it all together, the CGO600 Pro seems to be a logical choice for minimalist commuters and urban riders, especially those who are looking for a lightweight e-bike, which offers an athletic riding stance and fast maneuverable ride quality. Is this bike for you? Check out the detailed specs at bikeride.com and see user and expert reviews. You can also check out other great e-bikes and see them rated to find your perfect match. Do you have a question or something you want to say? Let me know in the comments, and we will start getting you some answers. And if you like this video, please give us a like and subscribe so we can keep on bringing you the latest and greatest in the e-bike and bike world. I'm Scott with bikeride.com, and I want to say thanks for watching, and I hope that you enjoy the ride.